Hey Eagle fans, I'm Ernie Harris, and we're back with another episode of Coach's Corner. I'm joined again with Ray County Golden Eagle head football coach Mark Pemberton. Coach's Corner is proudly sponsored by First Bank. Community banking gives you the win. We're the local team that cheers you on. Local bankers who know your name and celebrate you in all life's big wins. To experience the First Bank difference, visit 1525 Market Street in downtown Dayton or call 423-775-1522. First Bank, member FDIC. Well, Coach, you opened the region play Friday night at home opener, and region opener with McMinn County Cherokees. Turned out in your favor, 34-20. Good win.
Yeah, it was a good win. It's always nice to get off to a 1-0 start in the region. McMinn County, was a quarterfinal team last year, so, and they lost a bunch to graduation, but they still got some good-looking athletes. But really proud of our guys with the effort they gave, and especially coming out in the second half. We got some things corrected, and thought we played really well in the second half.
Right. Like you said, McMinn come in, quarterfinal team last year. And like you told me in post-game interview, the talk was they were going to be the more physical team, but you guys showed up in a big way.
Well, I mean, our guys, we've probably got the strongest team from top to bottom that we've ever had since I've been here. So I knew our guys were going to respond when we started. We started gigging them pretty early in the week about them talking about being the most physical team. So I thought our guys responded and played well and were aggressive and on both sides of the ball. We had some silly penalties we got to eliminate, but other than that, really pleased with the effort and the direction we're going.
Yeah, there were a lot of penalties in the game. It was a little sloppy on both sides, actually. Ray County had 11. I had them for 11 for 114 yards. McMinn had also around 10 penalties or 10 to 12-ish.
Somewhere around
for 90, yeah. 90 to 100. So yeah. Sloppy on both sides.
It was. And a lot of those, a lot on their side were lining up offside and jumping and things of that nature. So
they had a lot of 5-yarders. Going into the game, it was the series. Historically, Ray County has faced McMinn County 37 times coming in. Now it's tied. Excuse me. Now it's tied, Coach, 19-19. So you tied them back with a series. First quarter, you got started. Nice drive. Briley Mayberry had a couple nice runs to get you down in their territory, and then Garrett Ramsey, fullback, came in and got a 10-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, Garrett stepped in for Crow. Crow rolled an ankle, and Garrett stepped in there, and our offensive line opened up a huge hole, little isolation play that we run, and Mayberry got in front of him, made a block on the linebacker, and we were able to get in the end zone. But it was a well-executed play. It
was. I mean, big hole right up the middle. He just shot through, 10-yard touchdown. After Cole Ruling's kick, Ray County went up 7-0. McMinn answered with back-to-back scores. They scored and then went for two, went up 8-7. They had a different formation on their PAT.
Well, we had worked on that. But they went ahead and ran it anyway. We thought we had enough to force them to go back in to kick it, but the guy made a heck of a play. We had him tackled, and he flipped it out as he was going down. So a heck of a play by them.
So they go up 8-7 first quarter. They add a field goal, 42-yard field goal. He had quite a leg, Coach.
Really good kicker. Really good kicker. He hit 2 field goals, I think, and kicked it off really well. So he's a really solid kicker for them.
They went up 11-7 after his 42-yard field goal. You guys answered next with a nice sustained drive, ended with a Caleb Martin, the quarterback sneak touchdown, 1-yard touchdown by Caleb.
Yeah, nice drive. Anytime you can put those kind of drives together, those long drives, it keeps the other team's offense off the field, and that's sort of been our MO since I've been here, is try to control the clock and control the ball game with the clock. So we were able to do that and did it even better in the second half.
Right. They answered, like you mentioned. He kicked another field goal. McMinn, 36-yarder this time, right before half. 14-14 at the half, but the second half, Coach, that's the story of the game, in my opinion. You had a little over 356 yards rushing on the game, 255 of those in the second half, Coach.
Yeah, we came out, our first possession was 16 plays, and I think we eat 7 minutes off the clock, maybe, or 8, and stuck it in, and you could tell as we were driving that it was, it was wearing on the defense, and I think we eventually wore them down in the second half. We did that once more, I think. So really good job offensively of putting drives together and sustaining drives. We did have some setbacks here or there with penalties, and we overcame them. So I thought we executed really well.
Yeah, that was a very nice drive. 16 plays, like you said, chewed up a lot of clock. Ethan Davis carried the load most of the. I think he had about, out of those 16 plays, about 10 rushes. 82-yard drive, capped off with his 3-yard run. I believe his 3-yard run. Puts you guys up 21-14 at that point. Back-to-back drives, like you just alluded to. Your next drive, after you shut them down, forced them to punt, your next drive went 84 yards, Coach, for 11 plays.
Yeah. It's sort of the same MO. We ran it right a lot. We found a little weakness on the defense's left side, our right side. And, if they can't stop it, we're going to keep running it. So Ethan had a big night because of that. It could very easily be the other side, but that night it was the right side of our offense. And so Ethan got the majority of the carries, and he did a really good job with it, and our offensive line did a good job.
Next up, your next score, you had 3 scores in a row. Once again, Ethan Davis on the second play of the drive went 79 yards to the house for a touchdown. Very nice. He got to the right side and outran 2 of those defenders to the end zone.
Yeah, we had a huge hole on that. That was a counter. We'd been running the power sweep all night, and then we ran the counter for the first time, I think, maybe second time in the ball game, and it opened up a huge hole. Right. You get Ethan a little daylight, he's got a chance to go the distance.
Speaking of Ethan Davis, 203 yards on the night, 22 carries, 3 touchdowns. He is the First Bank Player of the Week this week. Very nice job. You also had another 100-yard rusher. Briley Mayberry, the other wingback, had around 13 carries for 104 yards, Coach. He had also 2 receptions from Caleb Martin to Mayberry receptions for 45 yards, Coach.
Yeah.
So in the air and on the ground for Mayberry.
Both those guys were major producers for us in the ball game. The last game it was a fullback that had 100-something yards rushing, and this game we were able to get our wings involved and get them big numbers. So, and all those guys will tell you it's the offensive line that makes it happen. If you don't have guys up front that can block, then it's not going to happen. It doesn't matter how good the running back is, and our guys would be the first to tell you that's the reason they're being successful.
I'm glad you pointed that out. Kind of like after the game, post-game interview, you mentioned the first thing you said, I want to give credit to the guys up front, and those guys laying the blocks for those holes for Davis and Mayberry all night long.
Yeah, and that includes the wings. They got to block 2 in the fullbacks and the wide receivers, but the guys, the front 7, tight end, and all the offensive linemen, I thought they were exceptional. We had all those guys graded out for the first time in a long time.
It's impressive.
And that doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't.
All of them graded and did a good job, and really pleased and hope we keep that rolling. We want to keep it going.
So the Eagles went up 34-14 with Davis's last touchdown. They scored again late, made it 34-20. Caleb Martin, the quarterback, also had a touchdown called back, Coach. It was a 91-yard, looked like an outside keeper. Maybe, I don't know what the play's called, but called back for a holding penalty, I believe. Yeah,
Caleb just adds another weapon. Last year I tried to protect him a little. He was a freshman. We didn't want to get him involved in much of the run game.
Right.
And he did a great job last year. But this year now, he's gotten faster. We're going to involve him in the run game, and it just adds another thing that the defense has to defend. So any of these run plays that we've got something where he can keep it off of it. And, he went long range if it hadn't been for a little holding penalty. And he's very capable of doing that anytime we keep the ball in his hands.
It was a very nice run. Like Davis's run up the McMinn sideline, Caleb went up the McMinn sideline on the outside, just outran the defender.
Yeah, we've got
a foot race.
We've got several home run hitters if we can get them in the open field.
Yep, I noticed that Friday. Also, you mentioned defense. Talk about your defense. Some of the guys really stepped up. Garrett Ramsey I had him for almost double-digit tackles. Of course, the two linebackers, Austin Brackett, Drew Fisher in the mix in there.
Yeah, and we had Sir Alloway in the middle, and Odell on the outside, playing the other outside linebacker, and of course our secondary. I thought we played really well defensively. Now we had some penalties that sustained drives for them, but I thought we played really well defensively. Their quarterback was dangerous. He's he's a gamer, as one of the coaches said. He's pretty slick with the way he does things, and we had worried about him going into the game, but I thought we did a good job against them defensively. Now they made a few plays, but overall, without us helping them a little bit, we probably should have beat them another touchdown or two, to be honest, if that hadn't happened.
Gotcha. One drive that kept their scoring drive alive was a roughing the punter call, roughing the kicker, and so forth. But like you said, he was mobile and he could throw it. He could. Well, like we talked about last week on the show, he was definitely a gamer. I want to point out defensive back Jaden Pankey, who had 7 or 8 interceptions last year, had one this year, but it was also negated due to a penalty.
Well, he got his hands on 2 or 3 the other night, and I thought he was going to get. I thought he played well, other than he had a little taunting issue there. He made a great play, though. Yes, made a great play. He's just got to keep his head about him. Other than that, I thought he played a good ball game.
He was great to gain ground on the throw to make the breakup. I had him for 3 breakups, the pick that was negated on the penalty, and also, Coach, he's also dangerous on the kickoff returns, like last year. Yeah,
the ball's in his hands on kickoff returns. We got a shot at going the distance.
He had 2 for nearly 40 yards returned to both. So he had about 84 yards return yards on 3 kickoffs.
Yeah.
So
just another weapon that we've got that we can use. And of course, he plays wide receiver too. So him and Drew Massengale. So those guys give us opportunity outside at wide receiver also.
So defense got it done. Offense definitely got it done in the second half. Any other thoughts on the overall game?
No, other than let's get the penalties out. We got to somehow eliminate those penalties. We had some high-low blocks that cost us on some offensive drives, but once we get all that ironed out and we can start playing a little smarter, I like our chances. I mean, I think we got another good team coming in this next week, so a better team than what we saw this last week. So we got to eliminate those self-inflicted wounds.
Right. You mentioned Odell earlier. Odell also forced a fumble late in the game, which Davis, to add to his stats for the night, Ethan Davis recovered that fumble late in the game, Coach.
Right. Heck of a night for Ethan.
Yeah, all around good night for Ethan Davis. We'll discuss the team you just mentioned, Anderson County, after this brief message from our sponsor, First Bank.
Community makes us stronger together. How strong? Together, we can lift our whole community, pull our entire town through, break down walls, pave a way for change, even move mountains. Get the strong advantage of a community bank. At First Bank, giving back carries a lot of weight. No wonder local banking gives you more pull. First Bank, community strong.
Coach, Anderson County, I looked through the records. To my knowledge, Ray County has only played them in 1 game, and that was in 2000 playoffs. You were on the coaching staff that year. The first round playoffs at home, Ray County beat them 55-20 that night. Ray County was a quarterfinal team that year in 2000, only losing to Maryville barely. It was a close game. Anderson County this year, fast forward 21 years, what can you say about them this year, Coach?
Well, wide open. They throw it around. They throw it 70% of the time. They're 1-2 right now, but they played a really tough schedule. Right. They opened with Powell and Science Hill, lost both those. They beat Fulton last week. So athletic team, big strong group.
Okay.
Good football team, and they'll probably go deep into the playoffs in 4A. It'd probably be them and Anderson and Greenville and Elizabethton and those folks battling it out. So really good quarterback. got some receivers that can go get it.
Okay.
An all-state running back coming back.
Nice.
So and they're big up front. So we definitely got our hands full, and we're looking forward to the challenge. Really good offensive football team.
Okay. And you said they're a pretty good sized team as well.
Yeah, they've got size. They're a good looking team.
Well, we hope to see you this Friday night. The kickoff will be 7:30, I believe.
7:30.
Another home game, back-to-back home games for Ray County. So fans, enjoy the weather. It was great weather this past Friday, Coach.
Yeah, it was, and I think projected right now it's supposed to be great again this next Friday. So.
Wasn't too hot. Great sunshiny day. So hope to see you there. Kickoff's at 7:30. I want to thank the fans for watching and following along with us on Coach's Corner. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news, follow the Herald News on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on the notification bell for new videos each week. Thank you to our sponsor, First Bank, for your support of Coach's Corner and our community. If you're looking for the bank that cares about the community, they are located at 1525 Market Street in Dayton, or give them a call at 423-775-1522. First Bank, member FDIC. Well, thank you, Coach. I appreciate once again joining us.
Enjoy doing it. I appreciate it, Ernie. Thanks for what y'all do for the sports in this community.
Well, we give it a try. Any last words to the fans for this coming week's game?
Well, we need you this Friday. It's a big ball game, even though it's a non-region game. Really good team coming in. We need everybody to get to the game, support our kids.
All right. Well, you heard the coach. I'm Ernie Harris, and we'll see you next week.